All right, welcome back. In this one, let's see. So we already changed our directories. We're back on the project directory where our file is from Uphold, and we're going to read in our data and convert it to a data frame. So to do that, let's add some more libraries just to make it easier as we're doing some data manipulation stuff. Right here. And run this. Don't forget to run. All right, cool. Markdown, empty, let's see. Oh. Let's add another comment just to make it easier for us to follow along. And we're gonna name this read CSV, right? Make it really simple. All right, let's add the code here. Okay, so a really simple way to just read in the CSV file is go df, right, that's where you're gonna call our data frame, equals pd pandas dot read CSV, and then we're gonna give it the file path, which we already created a function for that. So get uphold file path right here, and then parentheses, all right, there we are. And then we need to make sure that we did read it in. So how to display some data on that data frame or the table of information, we go df head like this, and this will just give us the five rows for it. Okay, enter. Cool. Yay, we have data. We can read stuff. Okay, so this is our original unaltered data from Uphold that we've read in using Jupyter Notebook's Python code. All right, now let's start to do some manipulation. One thing we can already see from here that these are the columns, but let's say, you just want to like, hey, I just want the columns themselves from all this. We can do a little code bit that says df.columns like that, and it'll give you all the columns. So like if you need to copy paste like this rather than here, it'll make your life easier. All right, let's keep on going. So we're going to switch between this and the requirements. So let's see. The requirements, where are you? Let's do things one by one, okay? So we're going to ignore the date requirement for right now, just to make our lives easier. Let's see, we want a type column field. So let's see, do we already have one? Yes, we do. We don't need to mess with that. Let's see, sent acid. Do we have a sent acid field? No, we do not. But the sent acid would be the origin currency. So what is the original currency we're sending? So we can change that first. All right. Let's go back to our code here. And we're going to do, let's see, another markdown here just to make it easier. This one's going to be a little smaller for markdown. All right, so update the current columns to match the TurboTax columns or the requirements. All right, so first, we know that the origin currency on the uphold column field needs to be changed to the sent acid, okay, because we looked the requirements. and then we're going to replace the column field using this bit of code. So this looks at the column. Wait, okay. That's weird. Why is it doing that? Okay, so this looks at the original column in our data frame and then changes it to send acid, and then it's just in place. Okay, so it's just a rename, and then we're gonna do the df dot head so that we can see the changes. But we can also do column data frame to see things. Okay, and then enter, right? So origin currency should be sent acid currency. So cool. So what did we send? Yay. Woo. Okay. We're good there. Let's see. We have all these other requirements. Sent amount would be the origin amount. So we can go ahead and change that here. All right. We're just going to go through all the columns. So let's go back. We're going to do one by one. So sent amount, then received assets would be the destination currency. I'm doing the heavy lifting here for you, so should be easy, but read through the requirements and match the column fields in the uphold file, and then try to, like, what's it called? Try to think of, like, hey, does this match in meaning? And that's just how I did it. But we're trying to go a little faster, so this doesn't take too long. All right, then let's go back. Received amount. So the amount of cryptocurrency that you received from the sell or buy. And that would be, you would change the destination amount to received amount. And you can pause this here and then try to do all these other ones while I'll do them in a few seconds. That way you get a little practice. All right, let's go back. Then fee asset would be your fee currency on the uphold fields. All right. And then fee amount would be just your fee amount. That's pretty self-explanatory. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, fee amount would just be fee amount. But you see how some of these things are similar ranked. The only difference is it's spelled differently. Make sure that when you're changing from one to another, even though they look the same, that it's spelled just like this, because we're trying to match what TurboTax is requiring. So, like, if the the column field is named something differently, even if it's a letter off, they might reject it, and we don't want to do that. We want to avoid little details like that are just gonna waste our time. All right, and then the ID would be your transaction ID. Okay. All right. So this is all the column fields that we can change based on the requirements so far. You'll see that in this data frame and what TurboTax requires, there's some missing columns, and there's some redundancy columns, like origin and destination. The requirements of TurboTax, they don't have them, but we do. And honestly, I think they should, but I'm not the one making the requirements. Yeah, that's always the fun thing about clients. All right, so let's change what we can. Column field names, we're just focusing on that right now, but we are going to do some column field additions and subtractions later on. All right, so then do this. Okay, and we're going to put play. And we see all the column fields change, but let's also go ahead and see them on the data frame. So head. All right, cool. Yay, okay, it's working. All right. Let's see. We have some missing columns in our data, at least based on the requirements. So let's see. Let's add some more descriptions. So it'll just make it easier for us to keep track of what's going on. All right, and then code. Let's go back to our requirements and see. Okay, so there's a transaction ID, and that matches the ID on the uphold column field, but there's also a transaction hash. We do not have that, and at least from what I know right now, uphold does not provide the transaction hash when you get the transaction history for yourself. So we're going to create a field for that. Let's see, there's also market value and market value currency. We don't have those fields in our uphold data. Let's see, and then description. So we need to make at least 4 different column fields in our data frame so that we match what TurboTax wants. All right, so let's add those, and it's pretty easy. Let's show you. Okay, so paste. All right, so we're just going to do this right here. So there is no actual column here in the data frame named transaction hash. So we create one like this and we just make it empty. So we do that for all the other column fields that we need. And now we have 4 empty column fields. So great. All right. From there, oh, that's right. We need to drop destination and origin, but we're going to leave that alone. So one thing you can do is, yeah, you can drop columns, but you can also drop them or cut them out. So the way that our column fields are rearranged is it's not correct for TurboTax, so we're going to rearrange them. And when we arrange them, we'll remove the destination and origin fields here. So we're going to leave that alone for now, okay? All right, actually, we're going to stop right here. In the next video, we're going to do some data wrangling, data analysis. So you see how in the fee amount here and the fee assets, we have a text field for the values and a number field for the values, right? And we see all this. And nan, we need to change that so that when we do some analysis or so that when TurboTax sees that, they're not like, okay, well, there's nothing there. We're gonna put we're just gonna put a 0 for the nan here for the fee amount, and then for the fee asset, we're just gonna clear this out and make it empty because we don't want to put like unknown or something, and they're gonna be like, okay, well, this is a crypto asset called unknown, and you're not correctly giving us the data for it. Like this unknown is like $1,000 per coin, and like you're gonna end up owing a lot more than you actually do. So yeah, we're definitely gonna deal with that next video. All right, thanks for listening, and until next time.